remember the night I decided to change everything. I was sitting alone on my balcony, the city lights blinking like distant stars. My heart felt heavy with loneliness, and I whispered into the cold air, "Thank you for bringing my true love to me." I didn't know how or when, but I chose to trust the universe. Every morning I would write in my journal, "I am grateful for the love that surrounds me." I repeated these words like a prayer, feeling warmth spread through my chest. I started to believe that love was already on its way, even though I couldn't see it yet. Days turned into weeks, and my ritual became a habit. I would look at myself in the mirror and say, "I am deserving of a love that is pure and kind." I imagined the feeling of holding hands with someone who truly understood me. I pictured lazy Sunday mornings sharing coffee and laughter. The more I thanked the universe, the lighter my heart became. I stopped searching desperately and started living fully. I took myself out on dates, bought flowers for my own room, and smiled at strangers on the street. One evening, I went to a quiet bookstore, browsing through poetry. As I reached for a book on a high shelf, another hand touched it at the same time. I looked up and there he was. His eyes were warm and he smiled apologetically. "I am sorry," he said. "Great minds think alike, I guess." We both laughed, and that moment felt like a scene I had written in my gratitude journal. We talked for hours among the shelves, and I felt a familiar warmth, the same warmth I had felt during my morning affirmations. It was as if the universe had finally handed me the gift I had been thanking it for all along. I used gratitude affirmations to manifest true love to the universe. Every morning, I would sit by my window, coffee in hand, and whisper thanks for love I hadn't yet met. I thanked the universe for the warmth I felt, the laughter I anticipated, the gentle hands I knew would someday hold mine. At first, it felt like talking to air, but I kept going, repeating phrases like "I am grateful for the love that surrounds me," and "Thank you for bringing my soulmate into my life." I wrote them in a journal, spoke them aloud on walks, and even whispered them into the night before sleep. The gratitude became a ritual, a quiet prayer that filled my days with hope. Weeks passed, and something shifted inside me. I began to notice small miracles: the barista who smiled a little longer, the stranger who held the door with gentle eyes. I felt lighter, as if the gratitude had lifted a weight from my shoulders. One rainy afternoon, I found myself in a cozy bookstore, browsing the shelves. A book fell to my feet, and when I looked up, there he was. He apologized with a shy grin, and I felt a sudden calm. The universe had answered my quiet, thankful heart. We started talking, and the conversation flowed like we had known each other for years. He told me his name was Liam, and he was there to find a book on photography. I laughed and said I was just looking for a story. He smiled and said he thought he found one. That evening, we walked out into the drizzle, sharing an umbrella, and I realized my thankfulness had become more than words. It was a feeling that had finally taken shape. Our first conversation was effortless. It felt like we had known each other for years. Not just a few minutes, we talked for hours, the words flowing between us like a river that had finally found its path. I discovered that he, too, was a dreamer. He spoke of his love for traveling, of wanting to see the northern lights, and of writing stories that no one had ever read. I shared my own dreams of writing a book, of learning to paint, of finding a love that felt like home. And as we talked, we laughed. It was the kind of laughter that comes from deep within, the kind that makes your stomach ache and your eyes water. There was no awkwardness, no need to fill the silence. The silence itself felt comfortable, like a blanket wrapped around us. I learned that he was also someone who believed in the power of gratitude. He told me how he had been writing his own list of thanks every night, sending wishes into the unknown. He said he thanked the universe for the small things, the warmth of the sun, the taste of coffee, the sound of rain. And then he smiled and said he had started thanking it for me even before we met. My heart skipped a beat. Our connection felt like a quiet symphony, each note unfolding naturally, each pause intentional. There was no rush, no pressure. It was as if the universe had orchestrated this moment, bringing two souls together at the perfect time. I knew then that my affirmations had not been empty words. They were seeds planted in faith, and this moment was their blossom. Every night I had whispered my gratitude into the dark, and the universe had listened. It had brought me here, to this moment, to this person, to this love that felt both new and ancient. As we sat there, the world around us seemed to fade away. The noise of the café, the chatter of strangers, the hum of life, all of it disappeared. There was only him and me, two people who had dared to believe in something greater than themselves. And in that belief, we found each other. Now, as I sit beside him under a canopy of stars, I close my eyes and whisper again, thank you, not just for him, but for the journey that taught me to trust. Love came not when I searched desperately, but when I surrendered with gratitude. I realized that manifesting true love is not about asking for something, but about opening your heart to receive it. And tonight, wrapped in his arms, I know the universe heard every word.